Hi. Okay, well, hopefully this one stays online, but you're watching on your phone to see if it freezes again? Because it freezes for everybody, but I can see the chat just as if they were here. But now it says 4 people too. The last time I could see names but no numbers. Okay, this is why Vikings don't have technology. Let's try again. Okay, we're gonna join you in about 2 minutes.
Where do you want to sit?
Probably over in the end so we don't bug anybody. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now, what an absolutely beautiful evening. Okay, so they can definitely see us now. Yay, it works. Well, first I left my Wi-Fi on, which was stupid. And then I go right past a hotspot, and that screws everything up. Okay, but at least I get the original link to work again. That was weird. And there's Karl on his phone trying to figure out why my YouTube is not working. I was using his phone to chat.
But at least now it works.
At least now it works. Good, then you get a microphone. Okay, now I can show the happy thing that, what was the head on the roof? Oh yeah, if I can zoom in a little better, it might identify more clearly. Okay, notice the spirals on the man's face because the one who carved it also has spirals on his face. Okay, now we get to see your happy figure again. And the spirals on your face. Okay, this is what Piotr is working on. Yay, it's working. Happy man. Only happy
Very
people
happy.
in this house. He's very happy. We like very happy men. Yeah, so he's woodworking on there. We can watch your woodwork a little bit more unless you're trying to stop and I won't let you. But you need to make more things for sale. You're selling out too fast, so, you know, mush. Yay, Anne found us too. Okay, they're logging in. Anyway, this is Piotr. If you remember him from the last couple of years, he's around. We finally get to see you because I've been sending a little bit later. Oh, look at, yeah, he's even got a spiral on his nose. And the new ones on his tattoo, on his hands, I mean. We're doing tattoo tours. Are those all new this year? Yeah, I remember you were getting your face done. Okay, now I can show again. And then the knives, because now we're working, so this is good. I've been sending in a half an hour later than normal, so we've been missing them. But today I made sure they were here because we're having a party. But I don't get to film the party because that's a private thing. This is the Valknut, by the way, and it's all carved. I love the spirals. Get the 3D look here. Ah, Robert is here. Robert Reynolds. He says, I bought one of Piotr's bulbs when I was here last year. He's very focused. I don't want him to cut himself. Okay, then you get your necklaces and things. And then I've got to go look at Dorota's needle binding again. She does a little bit of a different stitch, and I can't remember what I call. Oh, you have axes hiding up there too. Yay! And okay, now we can see your stitch. I have to go this way from you. Okay, this is Dorota. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's the one you're doing. I forget which one that was called, but we'll figure it out at some point anyway. But do one more time. Yeah. Ha! You're going to finish that hat this way. Yeah. And it has such a nice stitch, which is really good because you're using such thin yarn. Insanely thin yarn. And this is Dorota. They love the spoons. Okay, so this one I told you to have written out, yeah, because this is where, if their stuff is, if you're wondering where you can find it. I tagged him in the original post, Piotr and Dorota Baranovitz, wood carving, but it's also Baran, B-A-R-A-N, Craft Market on Etsy. I looked it up, yeah, so then we can find it. And there's the spoons, and if you're not careful, some of these spoons are happier than you think.
This is the newest one.
Is that the newest one?
And the special one.
It's a special one.
Yes, for pasta. I think.
Ah, yeah, because it can
Viking
drain.
pasta.
Viking pasta, you know. Sometimes you have to have. And then the mushroom one. Let's see if I can get it to point downward. Ta-da! I like that. I saw there was a lot more mushrooms this year than...
Yes, more mushrooms, because Piotr loves mushrooms.
Piotr loves mushrooms? Oh, they're really good. And it'll be cantrell season in not too long, too. Oh, they're so good. There's one. See, they got little happy faces. This one looks like me in the morning. Or maybe after a little bit of alcohol. Then combs. More spoons. And look, he's got a naked image of me. Yeah, yeah. Well, this one had my flat butt, though. But then there's another one. You can see, yeah, there's your hairpins you said, yeah. So we have to associate, oh, and this guy too. I call him the can opener because he's like shaped like a can opener. But that's a find actually. He's quite tall too, if you see by my hand. And another one. Oh, I'm so glad the live is working now. That makes much more sense instead of just sitting there thinking I'm showing everybody stuff and then it's not working. And then these are the ones, yes, okay. So when I was telling you that Piotr's things are a little happier than you think, notice his hat. Notice his hat has a specific shape to it. Yep. There, I probably should have worn gloves. But and this one too is a very happy shape. Yep. And this one actually looks like him too. This is Thor, but it looks kind of like Piotr Thor. Oh, and that one he's got Odin with the ravens. Oh, you guys have been busy this winter. And you sold quite a bit too, actually, already. I heard there, oh, and we have some female happiness over here too. A lot of symbols of fertility. Oh, and there's another happy guy over here. Oh, he's not as happy as the one you're carving though, but he's almost as happy. He's dancing.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a girl too. And here's a not so happy mask with the spirals.
A little scary, but
Yeah,
also happy.
but also, yeah. Oh, you've got drums in there too. My kids bought drums from you the first time around. And lots of cups. You can eat soup out of these, by the way, too. There's some of the bowls. What kind of bowl did you get, Raymond? I mean, Robert?
Very nice.
And you've got... Ta-da! So I have no idea what I said the first time around. That didn't get through, but we're going to have a party tonight. You like that bowl with all the... Yeah, I do, too. That one is it 3,200 kroner, yeah? It's Norwegian kroner price? Yeah, kroner. So you have to do the math. But they're all hand carved. He sits right here and does it. And then she sits here and makes sure that he does it. Oh, I didn't get to show your bags too. You got leather pouches. These are quite nice. We don't have shaped pouches. I think we're just getting some, but not like this. Yours are more unique.
These are made by our son-in-law.
Oh, is your son-in-law making them? Yeah?
Yes. On Instagram, it's Sons of Ivaldi.
Sons of Ivaldi? With an I?
Sons of Ivaldi.
Yeah, Sons of Ivaldi. So you'll have to check that one out too. Adam, yeah. Well, and you have lots of axes, yeah. That was something we didn't have any last year, and now all of a sudden we're drowning in them, but it's good to see because they're selling too. And the chests. There we go. The boxes are amazing. I saw that Alexander got a really nice box the other day. Yeah, they were fixing about 316 USD, yeah. That would be about right. There's a lot of work that goes into it. I like that this one also looks like you coiled up like the tree stump is all like it looks like a big piece of coiled up bark, almost the way it's carved in with the spirals at the top.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yes, it's for candle.
It's for a candle, yeah. Oh, I see Karl is yelling at me. He says, I need to feed him alcohol. Okay, I'll move faster. Actually, it's the green bag. Karl, it's the green bag next to the tent here. Shame on him. We have to show off the woodcraft. Because I've been sending a half an hour late, we miss you. Oh yeah, and hinges if you need to make your own boxes. And locks. Oh, you have soap too. Yay. And these I saw a couple of people wearing already from staff. Have been buying them. And a writer's box. And some chests. Right now you're the only ones that have iron kettles in the village. Trinkets. And, oh, you made a head of a bag with a Nalbinding. And look at that stitch. That looks almost like our boga style, at least.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it's very close because the way it twists like that. Yeah, but it's a nice dense stitch. And you get a really big Oda here. Oh, no, so it's turning. Odin. Oops, my gimbal is being funny. There you go. Now we can see them. And the hats. We have to look at the Nalbinding. Oh, you did a braided top on this one. That's cute. That was clever. I like that. And a lot of fun colors. Look at your stitching. That's a nice and dense one. That one almost looks like Osla. Close, but not quite. Yeah. I like your stitch. I'm going to have to play with that one now. More bags. There's one hiding in there with mushrooms. A happy person on there. That's why he's hiding. Sun symbols. And the bowls. I have to go low so you can see them a little bit, the shapes. They're quite cool. So anyway, you have their information. And you can find them on Etsy, BaranCraftMarket, but it says they're out traveling north because they're here and we're north. I like that one too. But they will find you. Anyway, you can also, I tagged them on Facebook too, so you can see. Oh, it's nice with the leather work this year. There's new stuff all the time. Okay. The bottle is there. You have to get it. Your microphone is working, you know, if you're in range. Okay. We're sitting down at this end, though, so we don't bug people. Okay. I'm coming. Thank you, you two. I got delayed.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. We turn it around. Well, we can just turn it this way for now. And they can see you guys. So you're back for more, eh?
Yeah, but even brought my own.
You even brought your own? Okay, when we get Karl settled down here, I'll have the microphones hopefully pick you guys up. Yeah, I need that box. Somebody's bringing presents. Oh, I was thinking about getting that one and he was going to kill me.
For you?
Look at Olaf over here. He's very pleased.
Don't touch the flower.
Oh, there's a... I like this. Look at that. Because let's see if it works. Well, actually, there's so many cigarette ashes in there. I'm not sure if it... Well, actually, it does work. And you're not even struggling. Get it? Beard? No, okay, fine. Okay, so you got some beers to try. Do you want to try with the fun ones? We got to try the fun ones that Willow have got first. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to put this on a stand. And then we can hear, hopefully everybody, except for me because I'm so loud anyway. There's your glass, Karl. And there's our microphone stand today. Okay, so we have a...
So I bring the glass of shame.
Karl's gonna keep
I'm probably drinking from a lamp.
Yes.
No, you got one. Karl's jealous of your glass, though, because you got the claw beaker. I gotta
Well,
say,
I was wondering if I should bring my bigger glass. Have one that fits
well,
a
your
bottle.
beer bottles were big enough, and then so Karl gets a new one called
But-
the...
We have to be strategic about this
Yeah.
because this one will
Kill you.
kill most of the taste of everything else.
Extra strong.
Yeah,
extra
which
strong.
might be a good thing.
You want to start with these ones then, so you can kill the taste? Okay.
Well, yeah, and I think I'm not sure if you agree with me. Maybe this should be last, and we take this one.
Because we know we
also
like
before-
that. We know he likes
Or should
that
we
one.
save the best for last?
Yeah, considering what these boxes look like,
This is
I
the gin
don't
beer
know
that
what's
Karl likes. So he's
in
had this
them.
one before, which he likes. Berblend, which is the closest he could get to Belgian beer in Norwegian.
Yeah,
then
this
we
I know exactly
twin.
how I'm going to react to this.
Okay.
Okay, start with that one then, if you know how you're going to react to it. What is it called anyway?
Smoothie sour goose with blueberry, blackcurrant, blackberry, and glug spices.
Oh, that should go over real well. Okay, let's see. We're gonna start with this one, a drumglug smoothie. Smoothie sour ghost with, oh, I'm going to speak into the microphone. Blueberry, blackcurrant, blackberry, and glurg spices. Glurg is like a Christmas type spiced drink. And it is vegan. That ought to be a good sign for Karl. And it got a Sweden on there, so you have to be both vegan and from Sweden, but not pregnant. And then you can have this. 4.7. Okay, let's see how you do.
I would rather be pregnant than being vegan or from Sweden.
Oh, you got a microphone. I'll move this closer to Anders then, because I'm so loud anyway. All right, show me what you got.
Okay, so okay, you want me to do it?
We're gonna start
I'll do
with
the
it.
honors.
Yep. You got dressed up for the occasion. Can beer not be vegan? Said PJ. Oh my God, the color of that thing. Oh, Olaf, this is good.
Oh, Lord.
Look at it's like rhubarb mud.
I'll do a friendly taste.
Friendly taste. You want to know where off camera is?
Oh,
How's it smell?
actually smells like Christmas.
Oh yeah, it does. It does smell like glurg.
Christmas in hell.
Christmas in hell.
Oh, I agree.
Oof.
Oh my God.
Good job. Olaf's over there wiggling his fingers in a very Smithers.
I guess we won't fight over the last drop in this one.
Karl! You did not see that. No! Oh my God, you guys.
Went straight in. You didn't see it?
Okay, do you need to have the rest?
No.
Does somebody want to have the rest of this one?
Yeah, we will share it with
Will
everybody.
you share it with everyone? Yes? Anybody want to share? This one did not go over well. It smells good though. Okay,
Smells
I'll put it in.
good. Tastes like old ass.
But look at it, it's got Christmas trees and the northern lights. How could it be bad? Old.
Taste it, woman.
I can't. Allergic.
Just a tiny
I
sip
don't think that is bad, so I don't think you're
Yes,
allergic
Oh,
to
wait,
it.
actually.
on the tip of your tongue. It's even
Well, it does
vegan.
say beer right on his vegan. That means nothing.
Yeah, sounds like you can handle it.
Oh. It, I don't know. It's got like, it's like too much,
Too much of everything.
too much blackcurrant and blueberry. But it smells good. Okay, no, that was not for me either. Sorry, but I love the look on it. You scored points on YouTube. Okay, you got to try this one now. Salt and surprise. With
Salty
some
surprise.
seriously nuclear symbols, a lot of slime. This reminds me of Garbage Pail
Did
Kids
you
from the
actually
80s.
call it salty surprise?
And it is
Ew.
salty surprise.
No.
Goes with passion fruit. And it says Stark Girl, but I didn't see the percentage on it.
I've
so-
already started throwing up in my mouth.
I didn't see the percentage, but it says Stark Girl, which means
A
strong beer.
little bit less skeptical about this one, but I'm still very skeptical about this one.
I did bring my needle
If,
vitamin.
if there is
so that
one
after-
thing, I don't want any salty surprises.
He doesn't want any salty surprises, he says. Yeah, you'll get used to it.
No.
Okay.
I am.
Spiel beer, says Anne Moreau, the Belgian. Look at the color of that one. It's like the exact opposite of the other.
This looks like.
Orange
Old,
juice.
old man
Yeah.
pee.
Old man pee. That guy's taking a lot of vitamins.
Oh, smell.
How old do you have to be to have old man pee that looks like that color? Just saying, because you guys got some gray going on here. Carl's not
It's
looking.
less horrible than the other one, but it's still punch.
It's still punch?
Oh,
This has so little in common with bear that I don't think it is correct to
so
call
many
it bear.
different types of soap. It tasted from this one. And is it
Not as bad as the
is it
first.
passion fruit or
Yeah, I
It
think
did, it
so.
said passion fruit.
it is passion fruit?
I was trying to find the percentage on that thing. Let's see. You guys are getting drunk today, though, because I know those other ones have a lot.
Yeah, but they are nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's why you're saving them. Oh, there, 4.7. Oh, it says for a strong beer, it says 4.7. I'm not quite
So-
sure what's going on in this
The other
picture,
ones
though.
are both
It's like SpongeBob
9.
SquarePants had a nuclear party. Ah, Robin found us. It looks like She says, I finally found you. It looks like perfect
Det
weather
er artig
there.
at disse to begge oversettes til Satan.
Ja.
Beggar
Både
oversettes to Satan. Both of them translate to Satan.
Ja, både tychen og bøvelen.
So what do you think? Is this one going to get finished? Are you doing all right? I got to smell it. It smells very passion fruity. Servicium.
Oh, he actually
This one is from Oslo.
got it down.
This is the quickest way to get rid of it.
Old Men P. Oh my. Old Men P. OMP Brewery. Roger's now giving you guys a new brewery.
There
The
is,
OMP variety. Do you want to go rinse your glass first before? Do you need to rinse your glass, or do you want to make Jay very unhappy and keep that flavor in there before you start with the
there
bigger
won't
stuff?
be much flavor left.
Skal
It's
jeg ta
just drops.
skylleri, eller?
That was worth it, Olaf. Good job. You've been getting off too easy lately. Okay, is this a donate?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I will donate those two. Carl, while he's out, why don't you tell him what happened on... we went to go meet my mom. Oh, I can put it over here. We went to go meet my mom in Bergen.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell him how the adventures went? That was her boat, her Princess Cruise ship was coming. I came to Bergen around 12:30. We were going to meet them. I think we finally found them at 2 o'clock. And then they had to send her back on the boat at 4 o'clock. It was just enough time to go to the yarn store because she's seen everything else before anyway. And then have lunch and walk back to her boat.
Yeah, no. First we walked to the wrong cruise pier.
Yep.
Because you saw an AIDA ship and
I
thought
saw
it was...
the blue of the Aida ship, but it was ship, and there was another ship in front of it, and it wasn't until we got almost to the ship that I realized it was Aida, because it had the big lips on the bottom of the...
Yep. So we had to go to the other cruise port in Bergen, which is equidistant, but in the opposite direction from where we were.
Yeah.
Then we walked around with our mother for a bit.
That was nice. When we finally found them, but oh my God, they didn't have internet, so we couldn't get a hold of them. So they were just... Do you want to begin with a new one, or yeah?
Eller hvilken vil du begynne med?
Mye det samme for meg. Den der er uprøvd. Jeg bare mistenker at den er god, fordi at den går på en jævel
They're debating which one to try.
Sånn til sist.
Vi kan spare den til sist.
Okay, they're gonna go with the extra strong devil for the last.
Well, it's same percentage. These
It is, yeah, actually.
9%.
Is that one 9?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. All right, but I know you guys have had this one before, so this one will go down well. I am going to do my needle binding while you do that. Hand me the, oh, here's the green bag. Okay. So this one they've had before, so there's no surprise here. I'll put the microphone on me. And then I brought my needle binding today so we can see the purple York hat actually has grown, although it's inside out. Look how happy they look. Their beer tastes even better now.
Yeah. Found one that could compete.
Breezer
what was
with
the
a very
name of it?
pink
I took
one.
a picture of the can.
I did think of you. I bought a
Novrojedi
rhubarb
or
Korskenkov.
it's named
That one was
after a
really
Russian
good. It
ship,
tastes
right?
like bubble gum.
And it's...
Yeah. Oh, good. This I
if I
found, by
remember
the way.
correctly, it's even stronger than this one.
So we got this one. It says next 20 kilometers. It's looking at the sheep. But if you look in the upper right corner, these are specific sheep. Oops, I can't zoom on it. Sheep of New Zealand. This is from Nikki. She says, "Dear Karin and Karl and the cats, thank you for your wonderful YouTube channel and sharing fun Nalbinding for all. It's tough waking up at 4:30 a.m., so you must know how I appreciate your content. Close enough, but here are some sheep in New Zealand, the main source for us fiber nerds. Thanks again for being used. Cheers from Nikki in New Zealand." So we have to say your postcard made it. Look at that. And somebody in the shop was very pleased to point out that they've been to the stamp. Kiwi road signs. So there you go. That was really cool. I'll have to show you. Okay, then I need a needle. Okay. And then I have to catch up on chat now that we had all these issues in the morning, but I'm impressed that the original link worked though. Okay, so this will be easier to show than last week. I stored it inside out so it wouldn't get too fuzzy, but I did a round start on this one, and you can see no matter how flat, give it back, how flat I make it, well, now it's actually curling on the side, but it'll still point up in the middle because the twist is fighting against each other. And then I'll take out some stitches instead of trying to splice new on. Okay, so this is York F2. How's your beer? Happy?
Well,
When,
it's either the best or the second best Norwegian beer. So
I know.
and you heard that we are silent.
You are silent, yeah. Okay, so York F2, you have, just like Oslo, you could have 2 loops on your thumb, or you could have your old loop behind your thumb. That's up to you. If you have it behind your thumb. Okay, so I do F2 because this is a very loose stitch, as you can see. Has a lot of stretch to it too, compared to others. So F1 means 1 new loop from the previous row, and F2 is 1 new one and 1 old one from the previous row. See, I've been in that one before. Then instead of going this way like you would with Oslo, you go from behind on the second loop and your first loop and the leader yarn, and that's York. So if I left 2 on my thumb, you can do that with this one. So there's my F2 connection, and then you just go under everything. That's another easier way to do it maybe. But you'd still have to push that second loop back on your thumb. So F2, under everything. There is 2 loops there. It doesn't look like it, but there are. So ta-da! I might have to make this a little bit wider. It's wider than it looks. So I stopped increasing. But I find, it still looks really big. Size matter? I'm looking at the guys over there.
What do you call it, calotte you're making?
It's going to be a hat, but it's not nearly as happy as your hat. Let's see. Up. There's a happy hat for you. No, it's not nearly as happy as your hat.
No, it's not.
But it should be pretty wide. It should get a little bit more snug though. Yeah, see, look how big. Oh, wow, look at that. You look very cute.
Look a bit Jewish, as you.
Yeah, maybe. It's a little yarmulke, he says. Okay, I'm going to give this one to Karl. I took your microphone.
No, we have.
Oh, you have? Yeah, but I just got to put it closer to you because I might be really loud compared. All right. So, Karl, tell Anders what happened on the way home from meeting my mom's boat, because nothing could possibly go wrong.
We took the train, not the one that goes to Voss, but the one that goes through Voss to Oslo.
Okay.
And some guy with a ski bag got stuck in the seat, and then he couldn't move his gigantic ski bag out of the way, so we tried to turn around and go through the other exit. And we are like, this much too late, or the door didn't work, so we get to take the trip to Myrdal.
Myrdal is how much further away from where we're going?
God knows. But the point is that it isn't, when it comes to road connections, it's basically not connected to anything.
No, it's like,
Of the mountain.
it would have been 5 or so hours for somebody to try to pick us up from there.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. So we had to take the train from Myrdal to Flåm. And then we put out a message on one of the chats, and one of the freemen gave an answer that we interpreted as, yes, we are coming to get you. But they interpreted as,
Red.
good luck. I don't know. And
No, it was a mistake though.
in the end, we had to call the chieftain, Georg, to come and get us. So I gave him, I'm so sure that this is good bear that I bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I gave him the other one.
Yeah, no, well deserved. He came out and rescued us in the middle of nowhere in
Also
the
give
moment's
him a,
notice.
Duel when I see him again.
Yeah. He also went to check to make sure the other one wasn't on their way, which
Yeah.
was nice. He didn't have to do that either, so.
Yep.
So that was my first trip on Flåmsbanen, and your first trip too. When I first came here in 1996, my would-be then father-in-law, who is now my ex-father-in-law, still father-in-law though, recommended that the one thing you have to do is make sure you go on Flåmsbanen, which is the train that goes from Myrdal. It's an older train. From Myrdal all the way down to 866 meters over the ocean
The most
to Flåm.
fascinating thing with the Flåmsbanen, from my perspective, is to watch all the Indians and Americans run from one side of the train to the other.
Oh, they were. I thought we were going to tip,
Including
going from the
that-
right to the left to the right.
Including that American, by the way.
Yeah, I stood up on my side, thank you very much. But the Aussie in front of me didn't. He just went, and then he started bending over to take pictures, and I saw a bit more crack than I wanted to.
He was maybe a plumber,
He could have been a plumber, at least he was thinking about it.
considering his occupation.
Yep. So I have to see Did you get a look at? But it actually was a really, really beautiful thing. It's the most steepest decline or whatever in Northern Europe, or what is it? What was so special about it?
I never cared about this kind of things. This is.
From this, one of the best beer
Oh,
Norwegian beer.
oh no! He has to try these ones.
No.
Let's say
These
try the
look. He's from Czechia. He'll drink anything.
It's 9%.
Try this one. You can have it if you like it. You can have it.
You didn't like this? No. It's so nice.
This is from
If he
Olav.
likes that and he didn't like that, then I don't know what to say.
This is good.
Here, you gotta see it like
Yeah,
this one
you
too
can
now.
drink
It's like
this
the orange version of that.
In Norway, it's not bad. I hope it's tradition. Everyone give me like it.
You can have them both. They're
have
not
them
gonna
both.
drink them. They dump theirs on the ground somewhere near you.
We just,
Okay.
I'm from poor country.
yeah.
Poor, he's from a poor country, he says.
You're welcome.
But yeah, it's 866 meters down to zero basically, and it was actually a really pretty ride. But that waterfall that is in the thumbnail was the waterfall that we stopped at on the way.
Yeah.
Not.
Hey,
Ikke nå. Nei, ja, vi kan prøve det I morgen, kanskje.
so we say, I have some chat to say hi to, though. I saw lots of chat here. So they found us. Thanks for hanging in there for the difficulty at the beginning. That was me I'm pretty sure that was me forgetting to turn off my Wi-Fi before I walked past a hotspot, and then it just kind of overrode, and that's how I ended up losing my link. Arlene is here. Robert is here. Nella is here. I saw she was asking. I think I might have wrote the link that it was for tomorrow, but it's for today. Kiwi is here. She's been a while. Hope we're all doing well. Oh, we've missed Kiwi. Garcia's here. PJ's here in England. Hot human, and she's melting. Oh yeah, we were doing that today here too. Susan's back in Frankfurt. Lindsay's here. It's 33 in Dallas. Wow, hot. That's too hot. Albert is here. Let's see. He says it's live, but it's not. It is. Yeah, but I think they got it figured out. Seems there might be a bit more of a technical issue. Hopefully we got that sorted. This is way in the beginning, yeah, and then I was able to get back in again. Yeah, and then Robin says, what an absolutely beautiful evening. So this is where we get back on again, and everything seems to be, people are great from hanging in there. And Olav's checking in from behind me. Lindsay's here. James is here working on nooking a sweater. Oh, that sounds like fun. PJ says, was that a head on that roof? Yes, it was actually. Heidi is here. Hey. Elka is here. It works. Yay. See, it's great when technology works for us Vikings. Amro found us. Break is over. Let's see, zipping through. We were going through the tent. Albert says, when I worked in Gudvangen, I bought a lot from them. Yeah, that was a tent that we were in, Dorota Piotr. Mushrooms are super popular, says Lindsay, this time of year. We had a wooden string of them, and we couldn't keep in stock at our fair. They have a lot of things in the tent that were mushrooms inspired, because Piotr really likes mushrooms. I'm assuming he's talking about the edible kind and not the maybe you shouldn't eat them kind.
But they are also edible.
Yeah, they are also edible.
Yeah.
But there's edible and there's maybe you shouldn't eat them just because they're edible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see who else.
All mushrooms are edible, so we're just only edible ones.
Yeah. Nolvia's here, she found us. And Roger was here, I saw that. And Karl's getting pissed off at me because I didn't feed him beer, but now he's got his damn beer, so shut the hell up.
I'm feeding him.
Good job. Did the Vikings make soap? Yeah, he had soap in the tent there. That's a question for you. Did the Vikings make soap?
Off the top of my head, I'm tempted to say probably not, but of course it's
Didn't they have
possible.
lye?
Well, you have all the ingredients for everything you have today in the Viking Age.
But I thought that's
Up
kind of the
to
thing
and
that...
including armored personnel carriers and nuclear weapons. But that doesn't mean that I actually made it.
Here, move this one out of the way here for view. But I thought, wasn't that the thing that was one of the things that bleached out their hair was washing in lye, with lye?
Where do you have the evidence for the bleached hair?
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
Yeah,
But-
as
I
far as I
haven't
know,
heard about that.
I was watching, I think it was not Queer Eye for the straight guy, but it was like the Viking version of Queer Eye for the
Yes.
straight guy. Do you remember that one?
yeah, I do, but that's not exactly a source.
Queer Eye for the Saxon guy, I think it was.
The
It's
thing
on
is,
YouTube, it's funny. No, it's not a source, but...
It's entirely possible, but I would have to see some actual sources before I say
All right.
anything sensible about it.
So how did they get so clean and pretty smelling?
Well, water.
Well, yeah. And perfumes and
And
according to
water.
Marie, they were very clean.
Well, according to...
And they smelled better than the Frenchmen, she says.
According to the Anglo-Saxon chronicles, they were.
According to Ibn Fadlan, they were not so
Exactly.
clean. Quite
But
smelly.
I think Ibn Fadlan was dealing with Swedish
Yeah,
Vikings.
of course. Or
think that-
Danish,
yeah.
for that sake. And they smell, of course.
You have your badass comb though here.
They were the dirtiest of God's creatures, he said. But
Okay, now I was kind of curious about that.
of course it is possible
Oh, out
to
is
use
here?
some kind of version of soap, but I don't know how you would prove that one way or another. Unless there is an actual find of it.
Robert says, geez, I need to bring a lot of money with me here this year. The bowl that he has is the same as the one under the leaf-shaped bowl that we saw earlier. Yeah, they're going to be here, unfortunately, most of the summer, Robert. I'm so sorry. Say, kiss the wallet goodbye. There's an ATM in the hallway. S Game Developer, are you in Norway? Yes, we are. This is Gudvangen, Norway, Viking Valley after hours. That's why it's run on my channel, because I cannot help you real responsible. That's not a glass. This is a glass. They were referring to your glass issues there. And then, yeah, PJ was asking, can beer not be vegan?
Apparently there was a thing with Guinness. They used some kind of fish product in it
Yeah?
that I had to stop using because then the vegans couldn't drink it. I don't remember the details. Some British person probably knows more about this than I do.
Kiwi says, my health has finally been getting better, so I'm starting to dream of visiting Gudvangen. Any tips for first-time freemen visiting the Viking Valley? Right now, the village houses, if you need a house, they are full pretty much until August 3rd, with an occasional one night here or there. But if you have a place off-site, we can set you up as a day
The
Viking.
only thing that isn't self-evident that I would tip a new freeman about
Yeah?
is if the boss is panicking and says, get me yellow flowers, do not go to the gas station and buy yellow roses.
You remember poor Sophie did that?
No,
Not Sophie, yeah, but Sophie, yeah.
I'm not very into these flower stories.
Well, it was her first time as a freeman. She's coming over for England. She goes to the grocery store, Joker, which is, right over there, and comes back with yellow tulips,
Yeah.
which I don't know how very Viking they were, but I'm sure the Dutch would have been pleased. But anyway, the look on her face was... Go ahead, Karl. How did that look?
Toril's look.
Yeah, Twirl's reaction.
Get them away from me.
Yeah, that's my boss. That beer, they said, the other one was given to the small folk. They liked your reaction to the beer, by the way. But yeah, no, if you need a house after the 3rd, I think we start having more availability for staying in the Viking houses. But you will need a flashlight. Maybe not tonight, but because today is summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year.
Yeah.
Well,
You
the sun
notice the commonality with
sun
our
is-
2 beer bottles here.
I was going to say, there's the sun right now. It's up there. It just went down. Parts of Norway will not go. Yes. Let me see. I've tilt this up. There we go.
Tychan or bevel.
Tichen or Bervelen.
And both of those are words for the devil in Norwegian,
In our dialect.
old Norwegian versions of our dialect.
Yeah.
Because you can't really use his name. You don't call him Lucifer or Satan, because then he hears you and then he might be interested in making a visit. Because in a lot of old Norwegian folk tales, he kind of walks around like a normal person and makes deals with people. That's what he kind of likes to do. If you can beat me in chess, if you can play the violin better than me, if you can do this or that.
Oops.
And there is kind of a funny, I was trying to find the sources for it earlier today, but I couldn't find them. But this is at least what people believe in my part of Norway, that Tychan, this word for the devil, is from the Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe. because he got in so friendly with one of the kings of Denmark that the king made him tax collector for Nordfjord. That's where I'm from. So basically, he didn't have to pay tax to the king. He could just go and plunder Nordfjord for everything it was worth and just keep it for himself. And he was very enthusiastic about this, so his name kind of became a byword for the devil. He's a very interesting guy for a Danish guy. He, in his own time, he got money from his uncle to study law, because you either became a lawyer or a priest in his family, and he absolutely didn't want to be a priest.
No.
So he goes to all the universities in Europe and is supposed to study to become a lawyer, but he falls in love with astronomy. So he starts doing that instead, and he has like this babysitter that his uncle sent with him, and he bribes the babysitter to not tell his uncle that he is not actually studying law. So he is running around and learning astronomy instead. And then he manages to become Europe famous because he discovers that Plato was wrong about the night sky, basically. Plato said that it is unchanging, it is eternal, it never changes. But in Tycho Brahe's time, there is a supernova. And he says, okay, that very much looks like the night sky is changing. But the explanation he has given is that no, we know that it changes, but that's not the actual night sky. That's closer things like planets. And he says, no, that thing is far away. That's part of the night sky. It's part of the ceiling of stars. So he does something pretty smart. He uses the concept of parallax. Parallax is if I hold my finger here and I move my head, my finger moves a lot in relation to the background. But if I hold my finger back here and I move my head, my finger moves less in relation to the background. So what he does is that he measures the point of the supernova from different points on Earth's orbit around the sun. And then he can say that, okay, I can see no parallax. There is no, this thing is in the same relative position to the other stars, no matter where I measure it from. So it is part of the night sky, meaning the night sky is changing, meaning Plato is wrong and I'm right. So he becomes super famous, and the Danish king basically gives him an island all to himself. That is like 1% of Denmark's land, total land mass. And there he builds two observatories, Uranienborg and Stjerneborg. And Denmark is not famous for their big stone quarries. So one of the places where he went to get stones to build this thing is Selje Kloster, basically the monastery outside of where I'm from. This is after the Reformation, so nobody cares about the monasteries anymore anyway. He is a very weird person, and he is probably very easy to recognize because he has a golden nose. According to the stories, his nose was made out of actual gold, but I have exhumed his body and I found that his nose was made out of bronze. But it is possible that he had the golden nose that he used on special occasions. And the reason he lost his nose is that he had an argument about math with his cousin when he was young. And I'm guessing that I would have to be drunk, because the way they decided to solve this argument about math is to have a duel in a dark room with sharp swords. So his cousin is clearly a better mathematician than him, because he cut his nose clean off. And after that he used a bronze one instead.
I'll be right back.
He also famously had a tame moose that died because it got drunk and fell down the stairs in his house at this Stjerneborg castle that he had in Denmark. Are you sure we are in the right place?
Yeah, we're down on this end. I was just telling her where the charcoal was, because they're going to fire up a grill soon. They're going to go up on the hill, and we're not. Or at least I'm not.
And just to finish off the story about this
Yes.
weirdo, he died from his bladder exploding. Because he was a great friend of one Danish king, But there are also rumors that he banged the Danish queen at the time. And the son of this Danish king don't like the idea that this guy might have banged my mother. So when he takes over, he basically
Such
goes,
a great way of telling
okay,
it.
no more money for astronomy. You are done. And when he finally he decides that, okay, Denmark is probably not safe because the king hates me, so he runs off to Prague. And then the Danish king is still a little bit annoyed with this guy who may or may not have banged his mother. So he goes to this island and he basically tells the local farmers that if you need stone for any of your building projects, just feel free to take from Uranienborg and Stjerneborg. So stones that were originally cut in the 1100s to build Selje Kloster is now probably part of the foundations of Danish farms in a big circle around Uranienborg and Stjerneborg. They are playing drums. Karin is running around trying to organize things, which is one of her little hobbies. And it looks like she is threatening a Polish guy with a knitting needle.
It's strange how this suddenly starts to affect the senses.
I'm starting to feel it now, and we haven't even opened that one.
No, you guys
That's
are screwed.
what worries me.
But I just talked to Isak. The drums that you're hearing in the background and the horns you're hearing in the background, I can't turn the camera because they're drinking and it's a private party. But anyway, they're going to go up and light a bonfire on the top of the hill and drum. So I told them that we could go after. If you want to be on YouTube, you got to go on this side.
Du må komme bort her, Tor.
This
Vi
is
vet
bare
du
på
vil.
YouTube. There you go. This is a drum. This is Tor. He's hiding from YouTube. It's Tor. That's the wrong.
I don't have a knife on me, but I
So they
tried
were
to pull
wondering,
it.
by the way, how did you open that beer? It looked like you opened it with your bare hands, they said.
Well, I did. I'll do the other one. Just
Did you open it with your bare hand? Yeah.
just to air it.
Okay, just to see how he did it. Oops, wait. There. Ah, look at that. I'm afraid I know the trick, but if you weren't watching closely, too bad.
See my rings.
Very impressive, true Viking. Knows how to open beer with bare hand. Nice drums, says PJ. I want one for when my upstairs neighbor is. I gotta see this. Wait, there was. Nice drums, says PJ. I want one for when my upstairs neighbor is clonking on the floor. Oh, perfect.
The yeast, so stop it there.
Yeah, there is one more little Tycho Brahe story I can tell. It's
Another
local
Tycho Brahe story, yeah.
from my area.
You got time. The driver's gonna go and drum first. Okay.
Tycho Brahe had a servant that he liked a lot. And in Denmark back then, this is the late 1600s, only landowners had the right to vote. So he decides, for whatever reason, that he wants to give this servant a farm, so that he is a landowner and he has the same rights as every other voter in Denmark, which is like probably like 5% of their population at the time. So he gives him a farm that is kind of on the top of the Stad Peninsula. It's a fairly big area called Hanekamba, which, what would that be in English?
Hanekamba?
The thing on top of the
Oh,
rooster's head.
the rooster's comb, or the comb on the rooster, yeah.
Yeah. But this farmer, this servant isn't really interested in becoming a farmer. So what he does is that instead of actually farming this land, he divides it into tiny little parcels and hands them out to every one of his servant friends. And now not only does he have a vote, but he also have a kind of big voting block of people who is going to vote for him. So he became a Danish politician of the time.
Let's see. Steal your microphone. I could read a little bit. We'll get more drumming in the background. Your imagination can run wild. Max is here, by the way. Made it in the end. He's
Drumming is probably more annoying for us than
house
it is
sitting.
for the listeners.
Kiwi says,
because
thanks for the
the
tips. Yeah, I saw
microphones
Robin
are
gave
so
you a
bad.
tip about bedding. That's true. You need bedding. We have a mattress, but pillows, bedding, that's up to you. You can get away with using a sleeping bag if that helps, but you have to tuck it away during the opening hours so that tourists don't know you're cheating and using a sleeping bag. But blankets work just great. It's kind of cool in the houses still in the summer. It can be hot outside, but it's cool in the houses. And if you shut all the windows, it's dark as hell in there. So bring a flashlight. You're allowed to use candles, but you have to have it on a fireproof surface, and you may not leave it unattended. Thank you for the fire warning. Anyway, but yeah, we Freeman.
Flashlight, remember to close the windows.
Carl, I'm glad the microphone was not on you. He did not say flashlight. He said something completely different and is looking.
Did you say flashlight? Or
But the microphone
flashlight?
is on Anders, though.
I'm not sure what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
I was quite old when I realized the difference.
Oh, Karsten and Dora are here too.
It's a
Really?
fairly new invention.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I would
yeah.
imagine-
Actually, no, Carl caught me not knowing that about 1 or 2 years ago, and my kids are looking like, Mom, how do you know? Like, how does my kids know what that was? I think somebody said it on some reality show, and
No, that
I didn't
was,
get the joke.
That was tentacle porn.
Oh, that was the tentacle porn? Jesus. We showed tentacles last week.
It disturbs me a lot that your kids know what it is, but it's even more confusing that you didn't know what it is.
This day and age on YouTube, they spend more time on YouTube than I do. You would know, everybody knows
You
everything.
won't find it on YouTube, but you will find it on the internet.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna Avenue Q that one and keep on going. How hardcore? Yes, that was it. How hardcore is Anders? It looked like he opened the bottle with his fingernails. Yeah, I showed him. And then, and Ruddy Spees here. And notice the stitch, by the way. There is some. Albert said about the vegan thing. There are some findings ingredients that are made from animals. I did not know that.
Somewhat, no?
Oh,
Findings?
smell something. I brought something for the barbecue.
Oh, and then it's like a Harry Potter beer challenge, said Nolvia. Birdie's every flavor beer. What did you buy? You brought something for the beer. Oh, and Lyra's here. She made it.
We can have a taste, but I'm not sure if he's up to it.
What did you
Up for it.
bring? I have to show. Let's see. Ground chili and garlic in oil. Okay, that is clearly not Viking,
Yeah.
but I know the store you went to. They have the coolest stuff. This delicious hot is about the only thing I can understand on there. So not for me.
Well, this is.
You got it at the foreign food store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've been eating this for 20 years. It's one of the best chili sauce I know.
That's probably why your nose is not running. No.
Yeah,
Well, for any old viewers who are wondering why I'm not tasting that, watch the Jingle
you have
Balls
to.
episode.
Drink. Oh, that's like 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah.
It was like the second Christmas we had. My kids bought you some chocolate chili flavored balls.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's from Chili Klaus.
oh, I've eaten a lot of that. It
like
doesn't bother me at all.
No. Hey, so how spicy did the Vikings get, do you think?
Well, since they were trading spices, they found a lot of spice in Haitabu.
Did they?
Yeah, it's all in the
That'd be
book in
Germany,
the
yeah.
office, actually. It lists up all the spices and
yeah?
basically whatever you can get in India, they had in
Oh,
Norway.
that really big, thick book that is hard
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
a hold of. Yeah.
Because you had Birka as a northern outpost of the Silk Road.
Yeah.
So any spice, anything like that, anything they would have in Persia, for example, if they liked it, they would bring it.
Yeah.
Um,
Did they have salt and pepper?
they had salt.
Yeah.
Salt for sure, pepper.
Yeah, salt you can go and collect on the coast if you want to.
Yeah. What about
That's-
pepper though?
Well,
That'd be imported if it did.
it would be imported, of course, from India, I guess,
Yeah.
or Persia, wherever they have pepper.
They had a lot of onion, different varieties of onion. You have the
Yeah.
sea onion as well, which is like tiny.
And onion we had here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you have so many written sources and rune stones
Yeah.
referring to onion.
The medical use for onion.
Well,
Lin og laukar. So
Yeah.
linen and onion were very important.
When I was at Midgard, I don't know, about 6 years ago or something, we were harvesting
glad.
these little lurk, I think is what they called it, or Strandslurk. It was onion, and that grew on the coast of the Oslo Fjord, and it almost looked like a tall weed with just a little bulb at the top of it. And that was the
the
onion.
color and smell is perfect.
Look at you guys, you look so happy.
Oh,
This
it's
is the
so dark. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good.
Oh my God, you should hear the noises coming from these two.
Oh yeah, that's a different Satan.
Anders was like, maybe I'll come down. I said, look what we're drinking. He's like, I'll be there at 6.
I was here 5:30.
You were actually.
This is actually excellent.
Can I smell?
This was nice.
Smell.
This was actually really nice. You have
That does smell good.
yeah, you have coffee, you
It's a
have
stout or something.
chocolate, you have every dark chocolate, you have coffee,
I have to read the back.
you have everything in it.
All right.
So the universal rule for beer is if something is named after the devil, it's probably good.
Teachen en sterk stout som vi har basert på en engelsk oppskrift fra midten av 1800-tallet. Som navnet tilsier dette en sterk og kraftig øl. Den røste smaken får vi fra svartmalt og sjokolademalt. Og East Kent Golding humle gir toner av mørkebær og krydder. Nyt dette ølet med andakt. Was andakt? Andakt? No, andakt.
That is
Almost holy.
yeah.
Almost holy? Okay.
Almost holy.
Hels til ei tulipanformet glass ved 0 til 12 grader. Okay, so for the ones who do not understand my American dialect in Norwegian, what does it say in English? Norwegian English.
You want me to read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what it says, but it's
If I
better
have
if
my
you do.
glasses.
Well, that's why I was holding it at a very good distance.
Tychen er en ekstra sterk stout som vi har basert på en engelsk oppskrift fra midten av 1800-tallet. Som navnet tilsier er det et sterkt og kraftig øl. Den rosa smaken får vi fra svartmalt og sjokolademalt, og East Kent Golding humle gir toner av mørke bær og krydder. Nyt dette ølet med andakt, helst i et tulipanformet glas ved 10-12 grader.
Do you do bedtime stories too?
Well, I do. If there is anybody who needs
What
a
the
bedtime
hell
story.
is a tulip-shaped glass?
Well, that is, it goes like this. It has.
Okay, so it's like a red wine glass where you close it off again.
Well, of the beer glasses, the closest one is the one from Ager, that I would kind of call a tulip glass.
We bought some beers
But
from
you
Egger.
have these. There are a lot of these glasses. I don't understand. I have a lot of tulips on my glass, or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, those are the claw beaker. So it's like a claw. Oh yeah, Karl. You almost spilled it. That's alcohol abuse. Okay, no, so we didn't do the English version of this one, but Chichen is what, the devil?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a strong stout beer.
Either that or Tycho Brahe.
Or Tycho Brahe. It's a strong stout beer that we have based on an English
Recipe.
English recipe from the middle of 18th century. Well, 1800. That's 19th century, is it not? Yeah.
No, no.
1800s
Yeah, it's
in
18th
Norwegian. Yeah, it's
century.
19th century in,
Yeah.
in English. As the name states, it is a strong and powerful beer. The roasted smoking, the roasted smoking, or the
The burnt
yeah,
taste.
the burnt
roasted-
taste you get from
roasted
the
taste.
black malt,
Black malt.
and chocolate malt.
Black hops.
Black hops and chocolate hops. Then I was surprised about the chocolate malt.
Yeah, malt is not the hops. The hops
No,
is the
it's-
humle. Humle
Yeah,
is the
so
hops.
malt is the
Yeah.
corn. Or, well, anyway, the beer people know. Jay is laughing at us, I'm sure. He'll be here soon to correct you on everything.
No, it is the malt is the one with chocolate, and it's the way you roast it.
Yeah.
And the black, but the humle, it doesn't
The
say.
East Kent Golding hops gives
Okay,
the
East
tones
Kent.
of dark
Yeah.
berry and spice.
So then that's the humle.
Yeah.
The East Kent one.
Altså nyt dette ølet med andakt, helst i et tulipanforma. So yeah, enjoy a tulipanforma glass. You were supposed
Reverently is a good.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a good translation.
That's a
Enjoy
good
this beer
translation.
reverently, preferably in a tulip-formed glass. At 0 to 12, no, 10 to 12. I read 0 before, but it's 10
This
to
is
12
like an
degrees.
inverse tulip.
Yeah. 9%.
This is like exactly the opposite of what the glass should look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a tulip. So Anders is winning and you're looking horrible.
And well, it should be closing off again towards the top, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
But
That's.
Yeah, so today there is a Midsummer celebration. So if I turn the microphone that way, it might pick up some people with horns and drums. But they're getting ready to do. Well, basically, you have a big ass bonfire wherever you are in Norway. You preferably by the water.
They look fairly sober as of right now, but I know the boss is around, so she can probably throw alcohol at them at the whim if she wants to.
Yeah,
so.
she's not providing alcohol. Sorry, but she's providing raw meat. Grill it yourself,
Yes, but
and then maybe some fiskekake
the woman
or
has
something
been
for
known
the
to change her mind on occasion.
vegetarians. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't know. But anyway, they're gonna basically go up the hill, which is behind us, where Karl and I were watching him polish his staff not too long ago.
Who was polishing his stuff?
Karl was polishing his staff. Oh yes, so Scanglass, by the way, the one that makes the Odin's raven on the end of your staff. You don't have it on you today? head
It
with
was
the-
a lot of end of the staff and polishing the staff.
Oh, absolutely! You have to watch it. It was
No,
funny.
I'm not
He
going
was,
to watch
He
him.
was getting
I-
in there. It
I
was
will
getting all
never
white
watch
and
him
foamy.
polish his stuff.
The staff did not get longer, though. We found out. But anyway.
Well, that's fine, but I will never watch it.
No, it was. Well, you don't have to watch it.
No, I don't have to watch
You
it.
see, you know the staff head we sell in the
The
shop?
one that looks kind of like Elvis.
With
The
Odin, with kind of like a 50s.
It's with the bronze
rockabilly
figures.
Ah, you lost me a long time ago. What are you talking
you know,
about?
in the window in the shop, we have all these little bronze gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them is kind of. It kind of looks like a upside down cup with handles on each side, and
Okay.
it has like this rockabilly hairdo that someone Elvis formed. A little bit. It's actually, I think it's called a bird-shaped hair.
Yeah.
It goes to a point in the front anyway, and the older ones had one eye missing and one eye regular. But we had to ask him why they changed. Anyway, but Karl thinks they shouldn't look like that. He thinks they should look like they were when they were new.
Yeah.
So he wanted to polish the hell out of it, and about, I don't know, 2020, I think we had like a whole ton of those, and they weren't selling very fast because people wanted other gods. Karl put one on his staff, and all of a sudden everybody's buying them like mad. But
Yeah.
Karl wanted to polish them because that's what they were supposed to look like. And then we decided to do an episode where Karl is polishing his staff, or at least the head of his staff.
I'll
so
go
that,
and get it so you see what
oh
I'm
yeah, you have
Yeah,
to get
because
it in.
for me, you just confused
Oh
me.
no, but it was so funny. There were so many
I have a
innuendos.
picture in my head.
It's probably what
He's
you think.
talking about polishing his stuff. Sorry.
No, so the funny thing was
You
is
lost
the funny thing was though the guy who made it anyway. I was trying to ask him, hey, I just noticed by the way that the heads of these figures, they used to have one eye. It was regular, and one eye almost looked like a sun or poked out basically. But now the new ones have two eyes, no
Yeah.
poked out eye, and I couldn't figure out what that was. And he said, "Oh yeah, no, the people that they have making them suddenly changed them for some reason. He didn't even notice. But you must have an older one, but I can have them created that way again." And I said, "Okay, that's good." I said, "Here you can hear what Karl's opinion is of it, because the way that Karl had turned it into a staff had such an impact anyway
Yeah.
that suddenly we're finally selling out of them after we were sitting with like 50 of them for some
Yeah.
reason."
Oh, that's nice.
No, so then they said, "Well, you know," and he watches the episode and he says, "Well, you know, we can make a polished version so Karl doesn't have to work so hard on YouTube." And then so he actually, he was going to make one, and then he sends a message back and he says, "Okay, we managed to get him with a one eye the way you wanted him before, but unfortunately it wasn't able to get them polished." So
basically, what you are telling me now that Karl is now off to polish his one-eyed staff.
and he's going to have to keep polishing any new one-eyed staffs. He's going to have to polish too, or any guy that buys it, some assembly will be required.
Yeah, no, I'm still.
And he apologizes profusely, but it
I'm
was
sorry,
awesome.
guys. I don't know what they are talking about. Polishing a one-eyed staff. It's like the one-eyed snake.
Well, you know, it might be kind of.
Well,
but we were laughing
basically,
so
that is
hard.
what you have been sitting here telling me so seriously.
So then I write my supplier back, yes, well, you know, it's always fun to watch Karl polish his staff. This is a very professional conversation I'm having on behalf.
No, this was difficult.
No, but it was funny, but the staff looks great anyway. So he basically just took a stick anyway and put the god on top of it, because
Yeah.
we used it actually for 1 year. 2 years ago, we had this little teeny tiny Christmas tree in the store, which is not Viking, so we put like the staff on the thing on top of it and called it a tree topper. But because it's bronze, it just kind of went.
So his staff after polishing went like this.
No. They
No,
said it
it
got
went
bigger.
like this.
He
Okay.
was using Svint too, so it's like this like a steel wool with soap in it, so it was just getting foamy. The innuendos in chat was absolutely hilarious. I think there was about 3 weeks
No,
ago.
I'm still lost. Sorry. I can't help it.
HR will want a word, says Nolvia.
What the fuck are you talking about? Sorry, my language.
Rodisby says, so now Karl has to polish the staff for everyone else as well. That's what I polish, well, not his staff, but their staff too. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot of polishing, a lot of staffs. You lost me long time ago.
Let's see. I was gonna say. Oh yeah, PJ's book. I'm slowly editing, says PJ. I managed to shrink it by 5,000 words and rereading previous books to make sure I've dealt with everything. You know, if you can't see what's going on in the background, because you can't, behind us, they're all kind of getting geared up for going on their parade up to and lighting the bonfire.
Is there a parade?
Well, if they all walk together, it's a parade. That's like in Gudvangen, it only takes 5 people. But there's about, I'd say 30. But anyway, so they'll go up there and bang the drum to the bonfire.
More like 20.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the 10 people that aren't here. If you go in front of the camera, you're on YouTube.
Well, I don't mind being on YouTube, but I'm going. You have to turn it.
I will. I have to show your glass, and they have to turn it. Look, it's a Georg. He's our rescuer.
Skål.
I have a beer for you in the office. Yeah. Show me your glass. You got. Oh, Georg's been drinking. Okay.
I have not.
No,
I
but
haven't had one sip yet.
you have one of the most expensive glasses and the most iconic glasses in the shop.
I'm the chief.
There's the chieftain. It's good to be the chieftain. It's the Birka glass.
Yes.
Yeah, but look at the red, yellow, and the blue.
Well,
Yeah?
it's not just a Birka glass.
No? What else is
They
it?
found one in Vik as well.
Oh, that's right. They found one in Vik.
Exactly one. Same.
Yeah, that's quite a distance too from each other.
So,
Yeah, because Vik is closer to here and Birka is way over in Sweden.
yeah, so they probably designed in Karin,
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
which is between.
Yeah. So are you? Oops, sorry, we're staring at your midsection. Are you? Are you gonna go up to the gods and sacrifice anything today?
Anything?
Anything? I don't know. Not the glass.
Anyone?
Anyone? You're gonna sacrifice?
Maybe.
I thought it sounded cannibalistic back there. Then we got Rydar holding over here. Do you want to be on? It's Rydar. And look, I'm not the only American.
Yeah, I'm one of 3.
You got that? Yep. You're
Just
the
one.
one that you're too tall. You can hold it.
Kan
You want to tell them who you are? You just dropped in and got lucky.
Yeah. So I'm Reiter. I came here in 2016 the first time, and have made a lot of friends since, including this one.
What? I'm American. I can do that.
Yes, that is, photobombing is in our nature. Yeah. But I've come back here so many times because it's just been an absolute pleasure to be here.
You got lucky. You got the glass house available.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I would have slept on the grass outside, which wouldn't be a first.
It'd be worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've made a pillow out of a pile of logs before. That's another story. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. Glad to be here. It's been a lot of fun thus far.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good though. And you're still jet lagged, or are they?
No, most of the jet lag is gone. I'm going to replace that jet lag with beer lag here pretty soon. And
Because you're originally from Seattle, but you flew from Colorado, which is even farther than I would have to. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you just have to drive.
Now I just drive 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a
Jealous.
seven-
Jealous.
Na, 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 na. Don't you wish
Vi
it
har
were me?
to jævla
Little bit.
Tykkjen og bøven.
So I'm going to go find myself another beer
Okay.
and make sure that Georg doesn't sacrifice me.
No, he might. No, you're too big. You got him. I think you're twice as tall as he
Ja,
is.
det er den.
Look at these
Men
two.
nå er dette
Oops,
kanskje
wait,
en ny
there we go.
favoritten hans. Men de er begge to jævla gode.
I have to turn the camera
Jeg
around here.
prøver Tykkjen her, hvis du vil. Det er en god sjokoladestaut. Eller
He's
stout.
telling him to taste the beer. Det är den som du fick av oss. Yeah.
Det er 9%.
Georg is the one who rescued us in Flom yesterday, by the way, so he got that beer, so now you know. And I have a Belgian one for you if you really want to get plowed today. Are you working tomorrow, Georg?
I am working and I'm driving.
He's working and he's driving, so maybe no.
That's my last beer.
Oh, that's your last, yeah. But you have a light beer there. You can see through that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a non-alcoholic.
Oh yeah. I've sucked the alcohol out.
It's nice that they can hear the drums, though, in the background.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'll get out of your way.
PJ says the staffs being polished are not for delicate shell-like ears. Oh, and they say hi, Georg. Robin and Albert are here. They said hi to you, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. And Heidi Lisette says hi to you.
Hello.
He says hello. Oh, there you go.
Hello. See you next time.
You guys all look so pretty in your green. If Georg wants to get plowed, they laughed at me. It's a good way to. It's good to be the king.
Becca is planning to. No, Eirik is planning to crown me this summer.
Is he going to crown you? Oh, Georg's going to get crowned by the warriors this summer. This will be good to see.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
I hear they're putting together a fighter group for you too. Njardarheimer, which is the home of Njord, Hird, or Viking Valley Hird. Okay, Karl brought his staff. I know you're all excited. Oh, and Robin says she'll see you next week. There is Karl's staff.
What did Robin say?
Robin said she'll be here next week, or I think, yeah.
Then I finally understand the polishing of the stuff.
The polishing of the staff, yeah.
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 There we go.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that made me more happy than I was expecting it to. That,
Yeah, I always get happy when I polish the stuff.
I didn't think about there's a translation issue. I said Georg getting plowed, which of course in American English means getting drunk. And in British English it's not, or over, it's not, I sort of, well, let's just, they mean something different.
Are you sure that's what it means in American English?
Maybe I got it backwards. Maybe I've been in Europe too long. But anyway, Georg is married. Anything could happen. Okay.
No, but the fact that Scanglass kind of saw my point, that it should look like what it would look like when it was new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
I went to get the car. We are on YouTube. By the way.
You're on you. Well, you're off YouTube. No, you can be on it. It's just I'm warning you in case you didn't want to be on it. Yeah. Here, I'll move it so you can talk. There you go. Okay. Scan glass. You said what? You got to turn it. We only see the.
So on the
Turn
next,
the face.
On
so
the
we
next
can-
order,
there.
we are going to get some that are polished like this instead of the brownish style that I usually have, which is what the original looks like now. So it's fine, but it's just not what it would have looked like 1,000 years ago.
No. It looks like what it did after 1,000 years in the dirt.
And it's one thing that
There's
annoys me a little bit more than it should. Every time I put a new shaft on something, an axe or a javelin or whatever, I have somebody coming up to me and say, oh, you should oil it or you should rub it in the dirt or something to make it look old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the first thing the Vikings would do if they put a new shaft on something.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
By the way, when I was trying, hey, they're sneaking in back there. That's your own fault now. So by the way, when I was looking for the original of this one online, I only see it from this angle. Now he's talking about his shaft, says PJ. Oh yeah, no, he can't stop talking about his shaft. But when
But he was not polishing the shaft, it was the head.
yeah, no, he was polishing the head of the shaft, yeah.
You can't really avoid innuendos around here. I had an American couple on axe throwing,
Here.
and the wife was grabbing the axe like this and then kind of throwing it like this.
Yeah.
And I told her that no, you have to grab it closer to the end of the shaft because then you get a better effect. And her husband goes, yeah, I've been telling her that for years.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to hell. Let's see.
You want
What is the headed depiction of?
try this? This is,
Well, I'm a little bit uncertain because according to Scanglass, the original had two eyes.
I want to try from there though because I think
And if it has two eyes, it's not Odin. But the way this one looks, I would say Odin
you won't
because the
affect
eyes
me.
are different.
I don't get sick.
Is the head of the staff also a bottle opener? Says Roger. Asks Roger.
It's a stout.
I think that would be
90%.
difficult.
This is a strong.
But look how shiny.
And it even says extra strong.
I believe this is
Yeah.
kind of, it's primarily a walking
You
stick,
see, both
but
these guys
secondarily
have
it's a
horns.
weapon.
So
Yeah.
both
Because
verbal
if you
and teach and
knock somebody over the head with this very aggressive 50s hairdo, they will certainly feel it.
The double you're drinking.
This is bronze, so it's pretty heavy.
It's
Why does Odin have a keef?
brewery 1 hour from where I grew up.
The hairdo. Oh, I'm sorry, you're trying to show something.
It's from the 50s. It's the 850s, but
Oh, sorry, yeah.
you probably, you know that fashion is cyclic. It goes in cycles.
Yeah.
So what people were wearing in the hairdo that people were using in the 1950s is probably pretty much exactly the same as they were in the 950s.
That one you can find the original, but actually when I was trying to look it up online, I could only see the one. It only showed it from a profile. I have to keep digging, so we don't know if the act. Because it was.
I had to,
Elvis.
Yeah, now you see the Elvis
I
thing.
had to
Yeah.
say it, but I probably have to go to a Swedish museum to find out the truth about it.
No, I think we kind of have to, because in the picture you only see from a profile, so you can't actually see if the other eye is actually missing or if it's.
I trust Scanglass on this one. I believe that they're probably right.
Well, because no, they came with the second version that had two eyes, and so we don't know.
But that's the thing, because in Chieftain Hall we have a large collection of a representation of Viking gods. But aside from the ones that are screamingly obvious, like Thor with his hammer, Odin with only having one eye, Syr with only having one hand, we are guessing.
I have to be excused.
So the guy
You need to be
that-
excused. You're excused.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
He has to go
guy-
visit the little Vikings room.
The statue that they say is Heimdall, for instance, they just call it Heimdall because he's smiling.
Yeah?
Because according to the Eddas, the Heimdall had golden teeth.
Yeah.
So they think that if, okay, this one is really clearly showing off his teeth, so it has to be Heimdall. But I don't know. Probably it might be the guy who is actually buried in the grave.
You're
We
spilling
don't
your
know.
very good beer. Shame on
Yeah.
you. Oh my god.
Not spilling it anymore, am I?
No, at least you didn't lick it up off the table. By the way, PJ said you were thinking about it though, weren't you?
No, I'm thinking about it because he gave me the idea.
Yep, nope, our audience can only handle Karl looking like that, so that's why the camera's facing this direction. By the way, what would they polish copper with historically? Asks PJ. That's a good question. I never thought of that.
You need something to grind the copper oxide off the copper.
Yeah.
So I would, if I'm to take a wild stab in the dark, I would say sand and vinegar. But no, I'm stabbing in the dark. I do not know. I don't think this is too mundane for anybody to actually bother to write it down in the sagas. And then Egil, that winter, he sat down, mixed sand and vinegar, and polished all of his brass. You never read that in the sagas because they wouldn't bother to mention it.
Yeah.
But I would say it would work, and it is probably something like that. But I don't know.
Actually, this was the one I was trying to think of earlier. What is the name of the original staff? We don't know that it was a staff. We just the
No.
fact that it was
They only have
open at the bottom made it perfect to be mounted onto a
they
stick.
only have this bit.
Yeah, because all the other ones that we have, they're solid at the base, but this one is,
For all I know, it might be a drinking cup.
yeah. Oh God, yeah, it could be a little teeny tiny shot glass that you can't put down, just like all other Viking glasses.
Yes. But I would say that most likely it's heavy. Comparatively to its little size, it is surprisingly heavy because it's pure brass. Which leads me to the idea of this being like a Viking mace. Schmack, schmack, schmack.
Does anybody feel like they got schmacked?
But it's also, it's a good walking stick. When you hold it like this, it feels fine.
It does. It looks like it would be a staff, like a walking stick kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nolvia says, hopefully no wooden slivers on your tongue, polishing staff and licking wood. Karl licked the table because he spilled his beer.
Well, I just filled him up again.
You just Good job, Anders. You had one job. School. Robin Robin says, I've polished silver with wood ash. I wonder if it would work on copper.
If it works on silver, most likely.
Yeah, because the question was, maybe you have input on that. What would the Vikings have used to polish copper with?
Well, they have this straw, this grass. I don't know the name of it, but it has this
Like a chalet from in Ireland, I think was one that's mentioned. Yeah, I think we...
Well, it grows in Norway as well,
Yeah.
this grass, or it's close to water always. And it has this rough surface, and if you polish silver or whatever, you actually get it shining.
I think that's actually we were talking about in the same week, so I learned how to pronounce that. It's chalet.
No, you're talking about the shillelagh?
Shillelagh, thank you, because that's brought up again. Yeah, the
that's-
shillelagh from Ireland. Would that be...
That's just an Irish stick that I used to hit people with.
Oh, no, never mind. But this could be your shillelagh.
has-
I was thinking the
No,
weed
it
was called a
couldn't,
shillelagh.
because
I don't remember shit.
This, unlike the Irish stick, is an actual weapon.
By the way, I was the one
So
sober.
this, without the brass thingy on top, would be an Irish shillelagh. The Irish think that bringing a stick to an actual fight is something that will help them win. No wonder they've been colonized by basically everybody.
Okay, I remember horribly incorrectly. The weed you're talking about would not have been a shillelagh.
No, clearly not.
Continue on your weed
No,
theory.
it was not. The name was not so complicated. Very basic name for this.
I am the drunk
this
one here,
grass.
just so you know.
I know, and I was the one that was sober. Oh, I'm. Anyway, reeds. Would it be reeds? Reeds is basically a plant that grows out of the water, low-lying water.
No, it's not that one. This is more on the beach, kind of.
Yeah.
A bit further up.
Okay.
It's a grass. It's a tall grass.
Is it cattail on
There
it?
was a guy a couple of years ago. He brought me some of it, and I was actually sitting selling silver and polishing silver with this grass.
Oh, really?
Because I had some questions. How did the Vikings get the silver polished? And I said, well, they might have used this. And then I was polishing the silver with it.
Ah!
So, but I can't remember the name of it.
But basically anything that is rough enough to scrape the oxide away.
Yeah, this grass, it feels like sandpaper when you touch it. But
Yeah.
it doesn't make stripes in the silver.
No,
so,
it doesn't groove. Anyway,
no.
it doesn't carve.
No.
Okay. I have to steal the microphone for this one. This was funny. PJ says, the shillelagh needs no additional knob to make it effective. You Viking, you. Sedge. Could it be sedge?
Now I'm putting this over there, and then you can finish that.
Could it be sedge? That's the name of it.
Sedge?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that would be called in Norwegian, but sedge is...
Well, I need the Norwegian words to agree.
If only Karl knew
Sorry.
how to conduct the... Yep, you have to ask
Google
a
it?
good book of
You
Google.
want me to Google the rough Norwegian grass?
No, I want you to Google sedge. S-E-D-G-E, like...
My phone is out of battery. So it's,
Oh, no! Because you spent it all trying to watch us and ask for
Never
beer.
heard of it. But this grass I'm talking about is quite common.
Yeah, but I think I know what sedge is, but I'm not sure 100%, but I've heard of it. That's because it's an English word. It's the name of the grass, yeah. What was the name of the original? Yeah, whatever it was when it was found. This is the one. Because I had to do a Google search, a reverse Google search to find it, and I can only find out the profile this way.
if I remember correctly, it's called Staffhead from Glasby or Glas or something in Sweden.
Yeah.
So are we
Wasn't
supposed
Morby.
to go now?
It looks like they're going up there. Yeah.
What time is it?
Well, we've been on for 84 minutes, and I was only supposed to be on for an hour, and I had issues at the start, so we're probably well over.
Okay.
Yeah, probably close to 8:30. Should we say goodbye and let you go, or do you
Well,
want to drink more?
You can continue.
I can continue.
I
Hey, look! I
believe-
just got a notice for you. Karen Biom is live. I think I have to delete that one.
You want to rest?
Well, this is
Five
just
Norwegian
on the
for shed.
border of the yeast hell. And the yeast hell you don't want to, so I go there, and then I give the rest. To,
Oh, you donated it to the gods.
Well, the underground people, they
That's
get it.
That's okay. You guys have this cute little drawl in your voice that says that might have been a good idea.
Yeah. But now I have
You
to
guys are
pull
getting
out the
so
mead.
cute.
Now I'm going to pull out the mead.
Oh, you brought mead.
So
Yeah, of
Can we
course.
see the bottle?
the more
No, I'm ashamed of it.
You're ashamed of the bottle. Okay.
this is like reverse bear goggles. The more we drink, the prettier we are to you.
Yes, that's exactly
so it's
true.
reversed. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, so that was good. But anyway, so now when can you join us for beer again?
Well, my deal with non-alcohol in 2025 is off.
Okay.
I'm not selling jewelry anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
And the deal is that I don't drink before I sell, and I don't sell any jewelry.
But we're gonna get you to
So-
make a bone and antler.
I can
jewelry.
basically drink every day if I want to.
Oh my God. Okay, maybe in moderation. Maybe not going straight for the devil.
No. No, but yeah, I can join.
Yeah.
Give me a notice.
Next
I'm here.
Saturday, because I don't think we're. I don't
Well,
think we
next
have anything.
Saturday I might be in my summer house.
Did I tell you? Oh yeah, that's right. Did I tell you that Karl because I rarely guide in this village, but Karl managed to find me a group that I absolutely have to guide that isn't a bunch of people from Minnesota that like to do handcrafts. You want to tell him about that one, Karl?
Without going too much into the details, we have a very, very foreign group that thinks that I'm too serious.
Completely different culture. Yeah.
Yes. So their guide wants somebody more fun than me. So I basically go, okay, there are no guides more fun than me, but maybe Karin can do it.
I can totally do it. I just have to talk slower.
No, you have to talk faster. And you have to be super high energy.
Oh,
Because
high
they
energy is no problem on my tour.
They want fun.
I tell them Viking ships were found on the moon, and Larson's comic said so.
They won't understand you. You have to be...
No, I have a lot.
Oh, fuck.
Did you spill?
What are you talking
Alcohol abuse. Did you spill?
about? No.
He's wiping it off on the table. Careful, Karl will lick that.
No. I was just cleaning my glass, getting out the remnants of the devil before I put mead in it.
Do you know how hard it is to get the remnants of the devil out of a claw
I
beaker?
did it again. What the fuck?
Out of a claw beaker. We've had like episodes discussing about how you couldn't get the last drop out of a claw beaker because you have to turn it and turn it and turn it because each of the claws fill up.
Yep.
There we go. That's the mead, by the way, the Valhalla mead.
Okay, you are going to have a wet evening.
You see, the problem is that I brought my small glass tonight.
Yeah.
My bigger glass, it only holds a bottle.
That's his small glass. Meanwhile, for comparison,
Yeah. No, I prefer the bottle glass where I can actually empty a bottle into my glass.
Ah, okay.
Because then I used to have fun with this. My ex, she would ask me, yeah, so how much did you drink? No, I only had like 4 or 5 glasses of mead. And then that was okay until she realized that my glass actually held a bottle.
That was wow.
Yeah.
No, but today is it's Midsummer, so today is actually iconically a day to be having beer. And
So I will actually leave you now.
yes, thank you. And yeah, next Saturday if you want to come play with us. Karl had a lot of Karl and I had like 5 minutes to shop at Vin Monopoly, the basically the big alcohol store in Norway.
Yep.
Yep. We
The
bought
only alcohol
2,000
store in Norway.
kroners worth.
Well, no, but yeah, if I'm back from my summer house next Saturday,
Yeah, if you
then
happen to be.
I'm up for it. No
I have
problem.
some weird ones that I suspect is a mix of strong beer and mead.
Yeah.
Like me with my coffee.
I'm a
my
little
mug
bit
holds a pint.
suspicious, but I think at least I'm strong enough.
And if you haven't tried this, there are ways, because you know when you have sweet mead, really sweet mead, it's not nice to drink too much of it.
Nope.
But
Yeah.
then you can make this mix. You need a stout, like the one we had now, or like a Guinness, or something like that. And you mix it 50-50 with mead.
Yeah,
That will get you going.
that will get you going.
Oh yeah.
Sounds very much like what my ex used to do with mixing Solberg syrup and Guinness beer.
No, well, no, it's not the same. Totally different taste. You get the mead from this, but it makes it easier going. It's not so sweet anymore. This is for sweet mead, and you get drunk as fuck.
Well, at least you had a good start with the 9% and the glurg stuff and.
Yeah.
No, but hats off to Chin Brewery.
Yeah, do you like that one? That's a winner.
Yeah, Chin Brewery is always a winner.
If they name something after the devil, it works.
Except for the pink one, the Rosa Shin.
Yeah, no, that can go fuck itself.
Okay.
See you, Anders.
Yeah, I'll just leave my big bag here. I think that will be fine.
Yeah, no, that works fine.
And we saw Toril and a bunch of Vikings going up to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to sacrifice something to the gods. And
our Georg said he was going to sacrifice something. I don't know what. We're going to throw right out on the fire, I think. Next time you'll have a booking in advance. By the way, since we have some time, because basically the one driving us is up there banging drums too. They were thinking the name for the sedge was Svide in Norwegian. Nope, you're not a plant person. And there was another question here. Nolvia asks, who are the underground people? You were talking about underground people earlier. Now you can put this back on you now if you want.
Yeah, no, he is. What he is talking about is what in Norwegian is called vetter.
Yeah, vetter. With a V?
Yeah, no.
How many fingers am I holding up, Karl?
Norwegians are a lot more, what should you say, literal than most other people.
Yeah.
So when most other people talk about the spirits of the land, the Norwegian people think, okay, so you're talking about some creature that lives underground.
Yeah.
That would be a vet or a vetter.
Ah, okay. And then there was another one right after that. Roger says, question for Karl, does Viking folklore have the equivalent of Bigfoot or Yeti?
Frost giants, maybe?
Oh, yeah, the frost giants.
But I wouldn't know what the frost giant was as soon as I saw it. It wouldn't be like some kind of, that's a mysterious thing. It would be, okay, now that's a frost giant. We have to kill it.
Jotner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jotner with a J. Well, since they went up there and we have a few more minutes, now you can actually see behind me, by the way. They've all gone up, but basically the table was full of people.
Opposite direction, except Angela is very slowly walking in our direction.
She's probably looking for Georg to put something down, I don't know. But she'll find out quickly that nobody's down here anymore.
We are not here anymore.
Yeah. But okay, I'll show, I can show the York stitch one more time, get some more needle binding in, since we're waiting. And then really we should go. Okay, so for another one too is I'm too dangerously close to the plant. It keeps getting stuck. We should probably turn this so it's the right way. I guess trolls are the equivalent. Yeah, that's just reduced speed. I like that. He must have gotten toys because this one I'm pretty sure is like some Disney thing.
I'm not. I've not been doing a lot of gaming lately, but is this from Assassin's Creed?
Oops, sorry. There you go. I don't know. It looks like swag of some sort, but oops, sorry. I'm kind of doing this. It's very plasticky though. Oops, sorry. Hi. You can come, yeah. If you don't, you're on YouTube then. Otherwise,
we are on YouTube, but we are at the very end.
We already put Georg on YouTube, and he was talking about what was he? He was going to do something weird. I can't remember what. And Karl was polishing his shaft.
I have not been polishing my shaft today, woman.
This is Angela. Angela's postcard arrived today from Lindisfarne.
Oh.
This is Georg's other half. They're about the same height. It's so cute. Karl is sitting. And we love your fur, by the way. I like the story. She says when she wears it, they said it looks like Benji.
Yeah.
Benji the dog, if you remember. Robin says hi, Robin Woodman.
Oh,
Hi, she's watching you. Yeah.
Oh.
Albert is here. There's quite a few here, actually.
Oh,
so
man.
Audra is here too somewhere. Heidi. Yeah.
It's blending into my hair more and more.
It looks great. I love it.
Oh, lots of love to you all. Have a good weekend.
See you. Let's see. Okay, now I can do. Oh, no wonder I can't find the other microphone. It's on me. I'm horrible.
I'm singing off for a sneaker.
Yeah. Karl's gonna have to go to bed early tonight. Okay, so I did a whole nother length of yarn while they were chatting. So it's a little bit longer than it was before, but you can see it still wants to point up, but it is actually flat in the middle if I set it down. But it's because of the twist, it keeps wanting to turn upwards. Okay, and I should have probably tied my end in the middle. That's driving me nuts. Okay, so I saw that Nikki finished a hat in York F2. Asked how she thought about it. She pretty much felt the same thing as I do. It's not my favorite stitch. It's really twisty, but she did also use like a really fat yarn in F2, and it does help a lot because this one, otherwise I think you should needle tension it if you're going to use anything thinner. You don't have to use F2, but it makes life a lot more pleasant. Okay, I have to try to rip this thing. There we go. And then this is superwash. If you've ever tried to splice superwash, it is possible. Spit splice, but not very easily. Karl, are you killing things over there? Let's see. That way. Gotta go for the one in the middle, Karl. We can't see, it's behind you. Huh? No, I just heard things banging over there, and I thought either you are really lost now.
The last one was a perfect hit, woman.
That's why I didn't get it. Okay. See, my gimbal is swinging in the wrong direction here. And we're going to get everybody pukey. Okay, and a little more this way. It's always the opposite way, I think. Anyway, so yeah, you can actually splice superwash yarn, but you very barely. So if you're going to do... Which one? Oh, yeah, the Bad Beer Man. Olav got you the Bad Beer. Is that his name now, Bad Beer Man? You liked the Buddha juice he brought you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, no, but you're only as good as your last bear.
Okay, so if I have a rather big bite out of it, a big overlap, it'll be okay. This end is going to be the one that's not going through everything, or not hitting much friction, so it doesn't have to be too well. But this end does. Russian splice works if nothing else works. I do, sometimes I will do something called I call it a lazy join, where basically you're just kind of sewing it in and laying the yarn down. But if you have to pick, because for some reason when I start to felt this end loosens up and vice versa. He called you Bad Beer Guy. Well, the Czech guy loved it, but he said he was too poor not to like any alcohol. I thought that was funny. Okay, so it's not a very good spice, but I'll have to pull it through very carefully. We're going on a little bit longer because they're not ready yet. But as long as I'm not filming people partying, I'm okay. This one? Yeah. It's superwash, so it's not exactly Viking, but it is really warm. You want to feel? It's soft. There's a needle in there, so be careful. Yeah. It's really soft, but it is superwash. It's so it will pill up a bit more before regular wool will, meaning it'll get little. Yeah, I do too. I think it's nice. There's one little Viking kid running around with a hat that I made out of this stuff, but that was got a pointy top to it. Nah, that's okay. This one will be. Let's see. There's F2, and then. Oh yeah, these could be. So because now I did that splice, and it's not a very good splice because it's superwash, you have to pull very carefully through. So like that, and then, yeah, if you wanted to do it flat, it's these these two loops here that you're going through. Oops, sorry, 1, 2. There. I see people are starting to work their way down the hill, though. There. Now I should be past the splice point. Let's see. There it is. The table looks pretty with all the flowers. They were talking about that behind me. So there you go. F2 is what I like because it's just, like I said, a little bit tighter. So you can see how if you're using F2, it holds it a little bit more close together. So if I didn't use F2, these little gaps would be much, much bigger. But yes, it is extremely twisty. You see it wants to twist up on itself already. Now imagine if this wasn't a round start. It would be like, and then when you try to put it together and to join a ring, you have to be really careful it doesn't keep twisting. And then you have to recheck it when you join for the third round as well. There, like that. Oh yeah, and if you wanted to needle tension, because if you still think it's too loose, maybe you're using a thinner yarn, you do your whole stitch, basically. But before you pull it through, you tighten it to the needle like that, and then it'll go the thickness of your needle. But if I used a fat yarn, then I got away with that. So there you go, a little bit of needle binding at the end. Karl, you may not lick the table.
Okay.
There you go. It'll be nice. It's not my favorite stitch, but with really fat yarn, it is. It's so fast, though. That's the other thing she said, too. It's not her favorite stitch, but it is nice and fast. So, ta-da! But it is bigger than you think because it has a lot of stretch to it compared to most. This is the, right side?
Sounds like something a guy would say on the first date.
Probably. Okay, time to put Karl to bed, and we actually did hit 2 hours. I wasn't expecting it. if you include all the technical problems we had earlier. Okay, so then, yep, he just got to go too. I need to dig a hole in the water allotment as the storm missed us yet again. Well, I'm glad I missed you anyway, but bye. So we'll see you next week. Karl's, we'll just do like that and you won't be able to see what he has in his mouth. Okay, bye.